So, hello Miss. Our report for today is about resume. So, before we start about resume, nang 'di ba kapamilyar naman tatanan about no, if ever nga mga apply tag trabaho. So, mamanay atong gamiton para ipas nato sa mga mudawat nato in ug magtrabaho nata, mga apply nata. So, nami meaning sa resume. So, what is resume? Resume tells the employer about your experience, skills, and work history. Use resume to highlight items that indicate you are a good workers, are qualified for the position, and bring desirable skills to the job. So kaning resume naaga po ni siya nakabutang ang imong skills, mga experience nimo about ana sa mga trabaho nimo sa una if ever nga mobaling kag trabaho. Then hasta ning mga position sa mga job skills. Then resume is almost always required for applications to office job. They are the first step taken by corporate recruiters and hiring managers to identify candidates who might be invited to interview or for a position. So, dili na sila mag-base gihapon inig-interview nimo din imong resume may tan-aw nila. So, diha na sila nakabase sa resume. So, next is difference between resume and curriculum. So, ang mga diferensya aning duha. So, resume is a document that contains your work experience, educational background, and achievements. Resumes are usually extensive and two-page long with different format available for selection. Some applications admit a single page resume containing only the relevant information required by the employer. Then ang curriculum is, on the other hand, it is a detailed documents with content similar to a resume but different is in terms of formulating. It seeks to emphasize details such as achievements, awards, and scholar grant together with the applicant's career in a brief manner. So, according ato guys, or miss, so mao to siya ang mga kalahian sa resume o sa curriculum. So, next is writing your resume. So, writing your resume, creating job application may take some time. You might be thinking of the details a resume must have, how pristine in it should look. The process may be tedious, but once you master the essential in the writing process, you're off to great opportunities in no time. Take note that your resumes must have the following details on or selections. So, mao ni siya ang seven importance of resume. Personal information, your objectives of professional summary, educational background, work background, skills and competency, awards and appellations, achievements. Then, first, list down relevant information. The relevant information is the essential parts of the resume must contain your personal information, educational background, and previous work experience. So, mao mo gini na, diri mo gina magikan na atong mga work experience at din rin sa makita. Then, fresh graduates applying for the time. First time must include their entrepreneurship experience as substitute for details work background. After gathering in necessary data, compile them a piece of paper and code them your computer. We use, we use you to put relevant information on your resume and refrain from adding unnecessary details. Leave out other personal data, age, sex, and height, salary history, and skills not connected to the job function of your chosen field. Select a format. There are three types of resumes. So, chronological, functional, and combined. Its format may vary in terms of sequence and formatting. Remember to check your details first before you pick out the format used. So next, types of resume format. So ang types of resume format is also known as reverse chronological. Is a resume format that emphasizes the work experience of application from recent to oldest. According to Number, this is the most common format that employers receive from applicants. When writing a chronological resume, place your work experience first before your skills, competencies, and educational background. Fresh graduate can utilize this format by presenting their entrepreneurship experience first before everything their tales. So next, types of resumes format. Functional resume. The functional format may sound new to most reader most recycle the same chronological resume format from their previous job hunts. Their format may be either highlight the skills of application or the applicant, their work experience and achievements. Information such as your education and applications are placed up afterward. We highly recommended the functional resume format for application exploring new fields of practice for job seeking with employment gap monster. Find the functional format appropriate to use in highlight your specialization instead. So next,
Types of resume format. Combined resume. A combined format integrates parts from both chronic, chronological and functional resumes. This type of resume puts emphasis on both skills and work experience. The applicant can divide and place their relevant qualification n- on one side and their employment timeline on the other half, allowing employers to quickly scan through a specific section of their resumes. Our sample above is a single-page combined resume. The applicant starts with the relevant experience first, the employment history on the second, and lastly, their academic history. Job seekers with more than 5 years of work experience can utilize this format to emphasize significant contribution and achievements during their career. Curriculum vitae. Curriculum vitae creating a CV may differ from crafting a resume. As I previously mentioned, this document emphasizes your educational attainment and work experience in full detail rather than in a brief summary. You might notice that our sample CV bears a different format from the sample resumes above. A CV's layout contains extensive details and attention to accommodate more information. Fill up the resume or CV. After selecting your preferred format, you can now create the initial draft. The arrangement between work histories and skills may vary based on your format. Emphasize either your technical and interpersonal skills or your work experience. Starts by writing your resume header. The header must include your complete name, home address, email address, and contact numbers. Provide your main profile with an overview of your experience and abilities. Then arrange the details based on your chosen format. Format and proofread. After providing the necessary information and using the resume format of your choice, now's the time to recheck your entire piece. Are the font sizes consistent? How about the species and identification on the document? Can you still fit more details on one page? Make it a practice to scan your resume until everything looks uniform. But don't forget to check every word you type on the resume and proofread afterwards. Employers usually read the core skills and work experience of the applicant before the rest of the section in the resume or CVs. Typos and misspelled words on the experience and skill set section may cause recruiters to think that you rush the creation of the job application. Recheck then submit your application. After writing your resume or CV from scratch, scanning,
Okay.
recheck then submit your application. After writing your resume or CV from scratch, scanning the entire document for any errors on formatting, and proofreading the content to make sure that recruiters can immediately identify your strengths and contribution. The most crucial part, applying for a job. If you're confident that the resume is ready for submission to recruiters, look for prospect companies and send copies of your application. Don't forget to provide a nice cover letter to properly introduce yourself and entice employees of what you can contribute onto the workforce. Finally, your resume will represent who you are and how you can contribute to different organizations. So don't lose focus and pay attention during interviews. You may run through different recruiters from various fields, but at the end of the job hunt, a greater opportunity will be waiting for you. Do's and don'ts. Do's. Determine your job search objective prior to writing the resume and tailor your resume for the position. Customize your resume to match a specific job description. Use buzzword from the industry. Focus on positive result and accomplishment. Keep keep a consistent, easy readable format. Create a strong action-oriented statement about your work. List the most important relevant items. For example, you may decide to move your internship and projects section above your customer service section. Underneath each experience, you should also put the most important bullet points first. Within each section, you must list experience in reverse chronological order, starting with the most recent. Quality and quantity. Your experience, whenever possible, includes numbers and percentage when possible. Highlight specific accomplishments rather than expand on every detail. Expand on professional volunteer research and classroom experiences to show transferable skills. Proofread your work as the career center, friends, and advisor for help. Do's, don'ts, don'ts. Use template and tables include in software. Make general claims, good communication skills without backing them out with examples. Mislead employers about your GPA skills or abilities. Include long generic objective statement employers would read them. Submit it. Submit references on the same page as your resume. This should be kept in a separate document and provide when the employer asks for them. Don't go over 2 pages. Must underclassmen candidates should have a one-page resume, but this will depend on the amount of experience you have. Put put all your eggs in one basket. Apply to multiple positions that match your career interests. What's the purpose of resume? The resume sole purpose is to land you an interview. A resume is to give your potential employer a feel for your past experience and skills. Remember, you are trying to sell yourself, so emphasize your strength. Most employers look for a steady job history and positive patterns of progression. However, each organization has different demands, and it's essential to learn as much as possible about the employer and what he or she is looking for. Your resume should be tailored as much possible to match its employer needs. Remember, your resume should be a reflection of you. Although certain standard elements are included in all resumes, there is no perfect resume mold that you must ascribe to. Your resume should accurately reflect your background and experience in a way that um, optimizes your qualification. One way to maximize the impact of your resume is to choose a style that will make your personal history as attractive as possible.